Hey everybody, I'm Max Keller. Welcome to Customers Chasing You. This is podcast episode number 1. Today we're going to learn how to use your unique advantage. Yes, I said your unique advantage because everybody has one to stand out among the competition. The only difference is, are you really fully utilizing it or not? That's it. I mean, just kind of kick back. We're going to be right on time. Actually, I got a timer right here. Boom. And we're going to make it happen. We're not going to be a second over 20 minutes, and we're going to get as much content packed into this episode as possible. So just sit back, relax, take some notes, and we're going to have some fun. I've got some notes here if you're watching me on video, YouTube, awesome. I'm just going to make sure I get everything covered. So what am I going to teach you? There needs to be some sort of like specific objective to anything that you listen to. And so if this learning objective is not something you're interested in, hang up. Find something that you are interested in. You have to be so purposeful with your time. There's not that much of it. So today I'm going to teach you some proven strategies to improve the odds of, number 1, your customers being attracted to you. I mean, we want that, of course. And just to get more customers to say yes. So what are we really talking about? We're talking about lead generation and we're talking about lead conversion. How you can really put the odds in your favor. That's what I'm going to teach you today. So why does this even matter? Well, let me ask you a question. How much time and money are you spending right now on your marketing? Do you know? I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs aren't even sure. They have an idea of about how much, and they invest more time in, spending money and signing up for some new marketing program to really fill the customer need that they're feeling, instead of actually looking at what kind of campaigns and things are really going on and measuring the results. So I'm going to teach you how to do some of that today. Here's another question. How much time do you feel like you're in right now wasting talking to the wrong people? People who don't even really believe what you're saying. They just treat you like a salesperson. Or, like you're a dime a dozen. You're one out of 30 people who offer the same thing. Do you spend a lot of time doing that? What about your team's time? If you're spending time doing that, how are you ever going to spend, or I like to say invest time doing more purposeful and more valuable activities? Our topic today is around sales and marketing. And obviously that's crucial. That's where everything starts. Now, let me ask you another question, is that if you spent your time talking to the right people, how much could you increase your results? Could you double your results? Could you triple them, 5x, even 10 times? I'm going to show you how you can do that in less than 20 minutes. So, that's a pretty good deal, right? Thanks for listening. Okay, step 2. So a little background about how we came to this point or this topic. Many business owners, including me, the old Max, used a shotgun approach to marketing. So as many of y'all know, I own multiple real estate businesses. I do a lot in the marketing space. And before I kind of got a better way of doing business, for me, it was just a shotgun approach. I was trying a bunch of different things at once. I wasn't tracking any of them very closely. And it was I was taking advice from the wrong professionals, and that was a big problem. So if you're in that boat right now, keep listening because I'm going to show you a better way. Okay. So when we fail to target the right people and we fail to hone in on the right audience for our message, we just waste a lot of time. Like this podcast right here is very simple. This is for business owners, especially real estate business owners who are just flat out talking to the wrong people, and their months are really up and down, and they don't understand why they don't have more consistency in their business. If that's you, that's who this is. Is this for somebody who owns a florist shop, or I don't even know, some other businesses, or somebody who's a college student and they want to just get a job? Not really. There are some underlying principles that I think can be applied to a lot of stuff, but just as I'm being specific and letting you know who's a fit for this podcast episode and who isn't, are you doing the same thing with your customers? Or do you have a scarcity mindset and you're trying to, capture everybody who comes along? And I'm not blaming you or anything like that if that's the case, but just think about it. This is the chance in these 20 minutes to just get really real. Get real on what the current situation is and just be open to new ideas. And if you are, then I think we can pursue really valuable topics, okay? But if you're not open to new ideas, then this is just not going to be a fit. Okay, point of failure. So what's the point of failure in your business right now? And think about, Are you, in the eyes of your customers, a salesperson, somebody who needs a commission to make money, and you're only talking to that customer in order to try to get a commission? Or are you an expert or an authority? Okay, let that sink in for a little bit. So what are the differences and which one are you? Okay, think about it. In my other businesses in the past, I was a salesperson. Then when I used some of these strategies and I positioned myself as the expert and authority, things really change. Now, you can't just go around telling people you're an expert and an authority. That doesn't work. People have to identify you as the expert or the authority. It's a title that your customer puts on you, not the other way around. But there's some strategies that I'm going to give you to kind of accelerate it, okay? But if you change that one thing in your business, I haven't found anything more impactful than changing the way that my customer perceives me in their mind. I mean, it's just been a night and day difference. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what are some ways to become an expert or an authority? It's something that you have to earn, but there's definitely ways to put the odds in your favor. So number one is, I just want to talk about like some benefits of each one. Okay, so when you are an expert and an authority, this is what happens. Customers, value your opinion because you're an expert. Dan Kennedy, very smart marketer, says that the three biggest points of leverage that you can do in any business or any type of brand, whether it's a company brand or a personal brand, but right now we're mainly talking a personal brand, is if you can be identified in the minds of your customers or society as an expert, authority, or a celebrity, those titles just have huge benefits, and it's probably not going to change. It's been that way for a while. Okay, you get to choose who you work with. So, if you are just running around and whoever answers your direct mail marketing are the people who, you're trying to engage with, that can be pretty stressful because you don't have a lot of control. But when you're an expert and an authority in your area for whatever your niche is that you're specialized in, now all of a sudden you get to pick who you work with. And it's way better. Once you do that, you'll never go back to the other way, I promise. What are some things that come with this? Well, like for instance, since I started writing books, instead of going and giving a sales presentation, I do book signings. I speak, I'm on radio, and a lot more. And it's a totally different lifestyle. And it's what I like about it is it's very, very easy to get clear with your customers who you are. And they just value, the knowledge that you already have a lot more. All right. So what are some ways that you can leverage this authority in your business? Well, one of them is that you can promote your book, not you. So now you don't have to have a book right now. I'm just giving you some ideas. I'm brainstorming with you, right? But when you have something like a book, you can talk about the book and you can point to the book, but you don't have to, you don't just have to talk about yourself all the time. So like the different books that I've written, and when I've showed those to my customers, we talk about the book. We don't talk about me. And it's amazing how many times my customers will say, yeah, I read the book and then I decided to do this, or I decided to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so did you decide or did I help influence you, right? I mean, I wrote the book, so obviously there's some influence there. Writing books, writing even small books, they just have an incredible amount of power. And we're going to tap into some of that. But even if you don't write a book, I'm going to give you something at the end of this video that's going to give you a lot of value and help really, really jumpstart your marketing. Okay, what else can you do? Well, let's just say that you went down the book trail. You said, Max, okay, I believe you. I see the benefits of writing a book. I'm okay at writing, or you can teach me how to do it. There's books on how to do it. I'm going to write just a really short book and give it to my customers. What's the benefits then? Well, here's the great thing is that you write a book once, and then you can take the content from that book and put it into blogs and podcasts and things like that. So all of the content, I mean, the way that people are making decisions right now is they're doing their homework. They're doing information. And so whatever business you're in, but especially in real estate business, there's a lot of options out there. So why are the customers going to pick you over somebody else? Okay. So that's what you have to think about. Another benefit of being an expert and authority, writing books, writing articles, doing videos, is the way that you're perceived to your peers. So it's not just that your customers view you differently, but your peers also view you a lot different too. They're coming to you wanting to partner. They're wanting to do live events with you. They're wanting you to speak at something that they have going on. So that's a huge difference. Now, let's talk about metrics. So there's quality and then there's quantity. Now, I'm all about, you need quantity, of course. You have to have people, you have to get attention. But then when you have people's attention, what are you doing with it? One of the things that I'm helping people do in some of my masterminds is they're really good at transactional marketing. So they have direct mail dialed in, they know the list, they know how to stack lists, they know how to send out direct mail. The only problem is that they're sending people stuff that they don't want. And so they have to fit into this perfect timing bubble in order to get anybody to do business with them. So what I'm telling folks to do is instead of always sending people what they don't want, which that's not really a good way to start the relationship. What if we sent things out to people that they do want? So what I'm coaching people how to do is take their regular, interruption marketing, whether it's maybe a professional letter saying, I want to buy your house, or I'm a realtor in the area, or I have an assisted living facility, and this is, we're in the area. Instead of just trying to ask for people's business and give them, a benefit statement about you and talk about what kind of problems they might be having and how you can help overcome those, that's the same message that they're getting from everybody else who can buy a list. So here's a different way. Keep doing that, but then at the bottom say, hey, by the way, if you're not ready to do anything yet, but you want to learn more, just call our office and get a copy of our book. We'll mail it to you. You can go on Amazon and buy it. Or, call us and we'll send you this, pamphlet or booklet that we made, 21 ways to stop your house from foreclosure, right? Or the 15 biggest mistakes, people make when choosing a realtor. But anytime you can author something like that, guys, let's please, let's not overcomplicate this. When I say author, what I mean is you take the knowledge that you already have in your brain and you go to Google Docs. I think that's the one that's the Word document. And you go to Google Docs and you just, there's a spot on there where you can record, right? You know that? And it'll just transcribe it. For some people, that's the fastest way they can get stuff down on paper. And think about the conversations that you have with customers at their homes. All I'm asking you to do, just as an idea, is whatever conversations you have, whatever those frequently asked questions are that you have over and over with your customers, just write all those out, okay? And then hit the record button on Google Doc and just, speak like the customer is sitting right there of all of those, the answers and the education around those challenges that you see. And then get it edited, get it, proofread. There's a lot of online companies that can do that for you. You don't have to do all that yourself. And it's very affordable, maybe $100. And then get somebody to help you format it, put your logo on there, your contact info, save it as a PDF, and you've got an ebook, You can go to a website. I haven't used them yet, but I'm about to. There's different ones that make booklets. This one's called Mini Book, BUK. You can go on that website, and if all you need is just not that many pages of content, about enough that would be an ebook. And if you format it correctly, they'll take that content and put it into a little mini booklet that you can get printed, and they cost as low as 75 cents or $1 each. You can pass those out to people instead of your business card. So those are some just real world examples. I'm going to give you some more action tips here as we kind of start to wrap this up. But being an authority in your marketplace has a huge effect on the way that customers view you. So you want to tap into this. Don't just wait around. It's not for the other guy, or Max, I'm not good at public speaking. It has nothing to do with that. If you have true knowledge and you have a heart to serve and love others and help your customers, and there's something that you want to teach them, but a book or a pamphlet or a booklet, it allows you to teach people this stuff. And you don't have to be in their living rooms, and which you can't be in everybody's living room at once unless you're in a book or unless you're on television, or if you have a video on the internet, then you can. Does that make sense? All right, cool. All right, let me hit a couple more points here. Let's talk about action. So every podcast, every video that we do, there has to be some action. There's just some of these blowhards that get on here and just talk for 60 minutes about a whole bunch of nothing. We're not doing that. We have everything prepared ahead of time when we're speaking to you, because we want to really just hit the highlights. Your time is valuable. So step 4, action time. How can we take what we just learned and put it into action in less than 6 minutes, right? So here's the first thing that you do. Step 1. Think about what frequently asked questions your customers have and write 10 of those down. This is what I did actually when I made my first ebook. It's very simple. Then I want you to think some more, a little deeper, about what your customer is struggling with. Okay, what is their biggest problems and what's their biggest challenge? Then when I say write the content, or you can speak the content. Some people think that when I talk, I don't even breathe. I don't know. I guess I got an oxygen supply somewhere. But if you're good at talking, then talk. If you're good at typing, type, whatever it is. But teach your customer something. A sales letter is great. Short form, long form. There's a lot of great books on it. And it's good to know that skill. But at some point, customers just want you to be honest with them. They just want you to help them understand things. And, if you position yourself as that expert or authority and you don't need their business, but you just truly want to help them, that really comes through. Okay. That's the bottom line. That's why I do these podcasts and education videos, because I used to be a teacher for 7 years and I enjoy teaching and helping. And I would love for somebody to have, make a comment that, hey, Max, I made an ebook and I gave it to somebody and it actually worked. Thank you. That's all I'm looking for. Okay. So, I don't even have to have that, but I want people to get value from this, obviously. So if you do, then you can subscribe and check it out. And I've got more of these coming and I put a lot of time into them and I hope you find them valuable. And if you don't, or there's something else that you want to know about, you can put those in the comments too. And we'll put that on the list, no doubt. Okay, so what have we done? Frequently asked questions, what the customer's struggling with. We write the content. And then, we do one of two things. This is really unique. So you tell the customer, okay, for this particular problem that you may be having, I'm the person who handles that. I'd love to earn your business. If you're having some of these other problems, I don't do that. I don't work in that space, but I know people who do, and I can connect you to them. That's key. Because if you're giving your customer options and all of them point towards you, you're a salesperson. Okay. But if you are giving your customers options, letting them choose, some of them point to you, some of them don't. Now you're the objective foundational source in your marketplace. And that's a big paradigm shift in your customer's mind. And if you're just connecting them to people, you want that. You want customers calling you and they don't necessarily want to buy your product or service right this minute, but they trust you because people do business with folks that they know, like, and trust, or brands that they know, like, and trust. So if you have a brand, a company brand, that's what we're talking about. If it's you, you're the brand. But if you can establish that trust and that credibility, that's a huge, huge game changer. I just had somebody referred to me last week, and I talked to her today. We're going to go check out her house. And she said, the reason that I want to do business, I said, are you working with anybody else to buy your home? And she said, no, I talked to my friend. I've known her for a long time and I trust her. She worked with like 4 or 5 other people. And she said, you were the best one by far. And so I'm just going to save time and work with you, so that's the power, but you have to establish that. Okay. So here's how we're going to put it all together. We're going to wrap up here last 2 minutes and we're on track. So don't miss this. So first of all, if you like what you saw today, subscribe. We have more coming out every week, and we're going to be very consistent with providing you the stuff that you want to know about. How are we going to know what you want to know about? Put it down in the comments. Let us know how we're doing. We like feedback, good, bad, and the ugly. Let us know. I have a checklist that I prepare for you. I'm doing something a little bit different on my channel that I haven't seen other people do. And this is what I want to do for you. I'm going to put out less, better videos. Okay. I'm not interested in putting out 15 videos a day and none of them are really that good. Your time's valuable. I'm going to create a special custom tool, blueprint, script, audio recording, video training for every video that I do. I've never seen anybody do that before. I went through this, guys. I'm being as transparent as I can. I thought to myself, okay, what's missing right now? Putting things into action. How can I help people put things into action? Create a tool. So now you've just watched this video. You see the power of authority. You see the power of expertise. How do you put it into action? Well, I gave you some steps, but I want to take it a step further. So on my videos, I'm creating a special tool for each video that's matched up to the video. So if this is a topic that you really are engaging with, if you're listening to us on one of our podcast channels, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can click the link to download, or you can get the link here on the podcast channel. So I've created 10 most important questions to ask before you try to position yourself as an authority. You gotta vet these questions out. These are the same questions that I use anytime I'm thinking about a customer problem. I get paid to consult for companies and I charge people to go through this exercise. I'm not charging you anything. You can use this to create a book, a mini book, a brochure, a website, ebook, anything. So all you have to do is just click the link down below. And that's it. Click on it, put your info in, name, email, and you can download the tool and get a lot of value out of it. It's my gift to you. I want to thank all of y'all for listening today to the podcast, using your unique advantages. You all have them, but are you getting them out to the customers? I want to help you do that and really position yourself as the expert and authority. So instead of running around chasing customers, you can have customers chasing you. Be well, be blessed, and I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day, and make sure to check out our other content. Bye-bye.